You choose D early because no matter where you are in your life, no matter what your personality is, I'm gonna help you come out and represent that individual to your highest and your truest expression of yourself. So I believe that, there's only one you, there's only one me. So we have to find a way to display those things that we want to display in this world. And you have something to offer that nobody else can offer. So I think that sometimes having someone that can encourage you in those areas and also give you direction based on their experiences, just to be 100% honest about those things with you and also give you direction without holding back, I think is a big opportunity for you to be able to express being along with a team that's going to help you get where you want to be. I think choosing Demetrius Early and experiencing the DLD experience, it has a representation of resilience. A lot of people are not transparent about the things they go through because everybody want to give you the perception that they're all good. The reality is we're all messed up people striving to become better. And so because we always are in that place of striving to become better, I think it's a beautiful thing when you can be authentic and be honest and be 100% you. Man, being me is like right now, like just walking in my beautiful home. My wife and I, we worked real hard to get to this point. I don't take it for granted, man, just being grateful for where you are right now and also being humble enough to learn more about how you can get to where you want to be. So I think that just being you just means just being honest, having integrity and being able to respect and honor what God has given you and the people that He's sending your path to help share it with you.
Good day. Everything still a go for the night? Come on. Man, my truck just stopped again. Yeah, I know I need a new one. I tried, man. My credit just is horrible. Well, I'm headed to the bus stop.
We are here to improve your credit so that you can get the things you need and want in life.
I need help with my credit. It's been one of those weeks. Wish me luck on my ride to work.
Our team at We Raise Credit can help you get the car you need. We Raise Credit.
Hello. This is yours truly, Demetrius Early. I'm so excited to be here tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the D Early Experience virtual show. Man, we have a treat for you guys tonight. Tonight we're going to have some real discussions, some real talk about one of my favorite topics. The boss. What is a boss? Okay, what does that really mean to you? Like, what does it really represent? And what does it entail? Like, what does it take to be a great boss? Okay, like what are some of the things that we go through as entrepreneurs, ones who have the ability to be able to lead and be the proper leader for people who are going to follow and lead people in the right direction. Like these responsibilities are quite they carry a really tall order. Like it really takes a lot for us to be the proper leaders that God has called us to be. So tonight, man, we're going to have a discussion about this. So I'm excited about it. I've been an entrepreneur, man, since 2003. You know what I mean? Like it's 22. It's been 19 years for me. Can y'all believe that? And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I have failed so many times, but I think it's the way that you get up that determines how far you go in this life. And the one thing I'm gonna always do, no matter what happens, is keep getting up. And my goal is to get up better than what I did when I failed. And so failure is not a failure when you learn from it, right? It's no such thing as losses. So to be the right boss, to be the proper boss, you got to know how to get up and stand up. So I got some guys that's going to be with me tonight. Some of my brothers, man, they've been doing this for a very long time as well in their respective industry. And we're going to talk about a different perspective on how to boss up. So y'all get ready. So if you're out there right now, get ready, because yours truly, Demetrius Earl, is in the building. And we're going to have a real discussion about how to be the best boss. You know what I mean? So tag, like, share, comment. Hey, let everybody know. If you're out there, let everybody know. Comment, like, share, and tag, because we need to get this information out here, and we need to let people know, hey, listen, there's a right way to do everything, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So listen, I want y'all to take a moment and, hey, I need y'all to follow me, okay? I need you guys to follow me. You can go to Facebook, and you can hit me at D Early Experience, Instagram at D Early Experience, on Twitter at Demetrius_Early, and TikTok at D Early Experience, LinkedIn Demetrius Early, and our website is dearlyexperience.com. So please share, like, tag, and comment. Hit your people up. And listen, if you're out there right now, if you don't mind putting in the chat right now, hey, let's shout out. Let me know where you're at. Who's in the building? Where you from? We got Shreveport, Louisiana in the building right here. Yours truly. We in here, Louisiana, in the building. So, hey, hit me up in the chat and let me know where you guys are from. And I really appreciate that. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my first guest. What's going on, Mario Jefferson from Arcadia? I see you in there. Good to see you, brother. Hey, Sheila Porter, Shreveport in the building. What's up, Sheila? How you doing? It's been a long time. Good to see you, sister. Yeah, y'all send some shout outs up in here. We up in here, y'all. We up in here. So Louisiana in the building. Where the rest of y'all at? I know y'all Texas is there. I know some Texas out there. I know some Georgia out there. What's up, Junior? I see Houston, Texas up in there. Demetrius Early Jr. in the building. That's my boy. That's my dude right there. Good to see you, son. And but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, guys, and get right into this. We got a time schedule here. We got to make sure we stay on time. So hey, listen, this young man right here, he's a tailor, right? Like this guy, he know what he's doing too, y'all. This is my guy. This is my tailor, and his name is Derek Robinson. So I want to give Mr. Derek Robinson a D Early Experience warm welcome. What's up, Derek? Where you at, man?
Hey, D, what with you, man?
How you doing, sir?
Oh, no complaints over here on my side, brother.
Man, thank you so much, man, for being on with us this evening, brother, to have this real in-depth conversation, this back room. Hey, listen, people need to know, what do the brothers talk about as entrepreneurs? Because we have to support each other, because all of us are going through some of the similar things, even though we're in different industries. We all go through some of the same things as African-American males in business. Mm-hmm. So, man, I want to give you an opportunity to tell us a little about who you are and what you do and where you're from.
All right, simple. Derek Robinson, guys. I'm a custom clothier based in Dallas, but truth is somewhat like Driss. I've been self-employed since '95, and definitely had a huge amount of successes. Definitely, probably as many failures and massive failures at that. But just like D said, man, part of being a boss is being able to, fall down and get back up continuously, So
absolutely, brother, absolutely. So listen, Derek, let's go ahead and dive right in this deal, man. You know what I mean? I've been in business for, like I said, 19 years, and man, I've always wanted to be my own man, my own boss. I never liked. It's kind of funny, on the quest to discovering the entrepreneur side of yourself. I don't know how it happened for you, but for me, like I had 11 W-2s one year, and I sincerely was trying to do my best to work for someone. It just wasn't. It wasn't working out. And so when I decided that I was able to really be a good communicator with people, and I was pretty good in sales. I just felt like I needed something to sell. But at the time, I was chasing this football dream. And when that ended up ending in an accident, I decided, you know what? okay, God, that's part of my life right there. I'm going to put behind me. Show me what I can do to run my own business. I do not want to work for anybody. And so I think that there's something that's inside of us, that dwells inside of us, that makes us want to do something, contribute something to the world that we can bring and we can be in control of, and also be a great leader in doing so. So tell me the story about how you decided to be a boss. When did it happen?
Honestly, D, man, I think I come from a family full of entrepreneurs. You know, I'm from Memphis, so we have a lot of guys in music, ton of preachers and pastors, and, you know, just a wide array of business owners and whatnot. So even as a child and, man, like elementary, I was already trying to be a business person, you know. Right. I actually was doing little stuff in elementary. You know, everybody did the candy thing and selling candy and everything, but, you know, I've always been artistic as well. So, man, I used to draw, came up with the plan. All right, I'm gonna draw these pictures. I hired my other classmates to color the things, and then I sell them to the other classmates.
Wow.
So
wow.
I'm doing this in 4th grade. So I think, you know, part of it, you already kind of got to have a drive for it in some instances. So it's not like I just was sitting around saying to myself, hey, I'm never going to work for anybody, because I had plenty of jobs young. But truthfully, I never, ever really wanted to be on anybody's clock. You know, I kind of always felt like I was the boss.
Okay. And see, that's interesting, because, see, I wasn't going to go way back there, but she's going to make me go way back there. Man, when I was 8 years old, my grandfather, for some reason, when you walk to the refrigerator, he would know, he knew my steps. And he's like, man, you eat too much. I need you to find a way to, you know, I was 8 years old. He's telling the 8-year-old little boy, I was the oldest grandson, I need you to figure out a way to bring some money up in here. And I don't know if he was joking or not. Now that I look back at it, but he was for real. So he said, listen, before you go on my refrigerator, he said, I need you to try to figure out a way to, and I want you to come back and let me know how you're going to do this. So I ended up going into the neighborhood that I lived in, and I went to all the elderly people, and I would ask them if I can run errands for them. And so they would give me 25 cents, 50. Back then, 25 cents, 50 cents for 8-year-old. That's pretty good.
Oh, you balled.
Way back then. And so in the 80s, man, so I was running back and forth to the store, and that was my first, to me, in my opinion, that was my first, I guess you say, entryway to entrepreneurship, the mindset of, man, I can have my own money, I can run my own business. And so, yeah, you took me back when you said that, man.
I mean, it's part of that. And even, you know, working my jobs and stuff, man, you know, I would work the job, but while I'm there, I'm always trying to figure out, how are they doing this operation? I'm looking at the whole operation. I ain't just working just to get the paycheck. I'm looking at the actual business model. How are they making this thing work? And what did it take to get there? Especially when I was at FedEx.
So have you learned to take all the experiences of working in other places? Can you see how it was a part of you being successful in what you're doing right now?
Because, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, you learn.
Tell me about the journey that you've been on to be the boss that you are today.
I mean, let me jump back in. So back in '95, so you in Shreveport, I don't know if these guys were actually there. Coburn and Ball, you familiar with those guys?
Very familiar with Coburn and Ball. Actually, I worked with Coburn and Ball. They were a part of my story when I first got to Houston, and we were going to merge to get a year-round solution I was doing real estate. Mm-hmm. I was trying to get these guys to say, listen, if you guys got a tax service, how about we just do the mortgages when we're not doing the taxes for a year-round solution to your business, because taxes is only like 4 months out of the year. But they was the #1 largest African-American tax service in America. And so, well, that's what the tagline was.
I know it.
Right. So hey, you got to bring me on in, bring me up to speed then. Where you going with that?
Well, I mean, that's something that probably could be argued, but you know, I'm from Memphis, so my cousin and I basically back in '95, we started our tax business, you know, one little 10 by 10 office space or whatever. But in hindsight, skip, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years after that, we were 300 locations through 17 states. So we could have arguably been the biggest.
Right, I got you.
Yeah,
Now,
so
hey,
we were.
now, just so the world knows, he didn't know that I knew who Kobe Ball was.
I mean,
He
I'm
didn't know
pretty
that I
sure
had
you
any
probably
video.
familiar with them, But like I say, we probably were the equivalent. They were doing
Right.
big numbers. We were definitely doing probably just as much, if not more, really.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, but nonetheless, man, when you young like that, making a whole lot of money, just young and dumb and just mismanaging a lot of things because it was only a 4-month business, so the other 8 months we whatever. So amassed a little empire, lost that empire.
Right.
Yeah, so
Well, that's where the real growth happens at, though. Like you
yeah.
don't get out of this deal. You don't go into entrepreneurship. This is the thing that people need to know as well. You don't go into entrepreneurship and everything just goes exactly how you planned it.
Oh no.
And all goes uphill. There's going to be some struggles, and in the areas where you fall down at, and the areas where you lose at, those are the areas where you're being strengthened. You experience true growth.
Mm-hmm.
That's important to understand.
Yeah. So bounced back from all of that, man. So I'm still eating, just in a whole different industry or whatnot. But I think the greatest thing that I actually learned or even did within the industry, man, we created a whole lot of bosses.
Okay.
Our team was strong, and it was full of guys that really knew nothing about business.
Right.
But they definitely learned a lot, and still, I've been out of that industry for about a decade now, but still to this day, they always saying, man, they couldn't have done it without us.
Absolutely. So listen, man, I really appreciate that. We're going to take a little quick break, and we'll be right after these messages.
Good day. Everything still a go for the night? Come on. Man, my truck just stopped again. Yeah, I know I need a new one. I tried, man. My credit just is horrible. Well, I'm headed to the bus stop.
We are here to improve your credit so that you can get the things you need and want in life.
I need help with my credit. It's been one of those weeks. Wish me luck on my ride to work.
Our team at We Raise Credit can help you get the car you need. We Raise Credit.
Hey, we back in the building. I got yours truly. Hey, this is D Early from the D Early Experience. Hey, check us out or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, on all the social media outlets. But I want you to right now hit your button, comment, like, and share and tag. Let everybody know we're here, guys. And man, we're excited. We're talking about bossing up, how to be the right kind of boss. And I have with me a special guest, Mr. Derek Robinson. Derek, what do you do right now? Derek, tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now, man.
Man, I'm a custom clothing, man. I don't want to throw around celebrity tailoring and all that stuff, but I deal with a few guys. I'd say that much.
No, you go ahead, man. Tell us a little bit about what you do, man. That's what we're here for.
Real talk, I'm a suit guy, So I've always, I've always dressed well in a way. As far as I'm concerned, I've been best dressed, won all of those.
I feel the same way. So hey, I guess that's why I use you, right?
I'm pretty tough. So when I had to transition out of my other industry, I hadn't had a job and shit, man. I don't know, because I hadn't had a job in forever. But said, let me just do something that I really want to do. Because even when I did the tax thing, that's nothing that I wanted to do. We kind of just came up with an idea and it worked. But this time now I'm actually doing something that I want to do. So, it's not like I have a job or I'm working, it's kind of like I get to play in my closet all day in a sense.
So if somebody want to get in contact with you, how could they get in contact with you?
Man, easy to find on Instagram, PersonaCustomClothiers.com, Persona Custom Clothiers, Facebook, Persona Custom Clothiers. I drop they can text or call me direct. My number is literally put out there worldwide. So I'll drop that over here in the chat.
Put it out there, doctor. Put it out there.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, so I'm easy to find, man.
Okay. So you're right now. You're currently in Dallas, Texas.
Oh yeah,
And your store. You have a store there, a storefront there.
yeah, I do. I got a storefront here, so about appointment only.
But you don't have to be in Dallas to use your services, right?
No, man. You know,
we in Shreveport. We want to get fly. You know, we can hit Derek up and we can get fly.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I got some measurements, I could do anything. But truthfully, when I kind of got into this industry, I really started this with no client base, no nothing. Just had an idea, and probably 60-70% of my client base was, sight unseen, because Instagram was just now popping back then. So, got really kind of popular on that platform, and it just really grew from there.
I know one thing, but one of my favorite outfits, my wife loves it. When we did our renewal, you put together that one button white with that different, man, that thing is, man, I love that thing, man. I can't wear it as much as I want to, man. But he put it together for me, man. I really appreciate you. Yeah. You do a great job. You do great work, man. So I'm glad to have you on the show, man. And I thank you so much for being on board. What we're going to do right now, we're going to get ready to get back on with our second guest. And then you and I and our second guest going to come back together and have a panel discussion and give people a chance to ask questions. Thanks so much, D. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, if you will, just know that, hey, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the things that we're doing. We have a DL experience, but we also have, my wife and I, we have a relationships ministry. We help people position themselves to be better. And we have a radio talk show, nonprofit organization. It's Make Me Mold Me Empowerment. And we have a broadcast that comes on every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on KMBA 102.9 Magic. So listen, I want you guys to check us out. Also, hey, yours truly, Demetrius Early. I launched my speaking career and been speaking for a minute, but got a chance to grace the stage with Master P and Eric Thomas. And these guys are doing major things, man. I had an opportunity to be able to speak and give a great testimony on how God has blessed me to get to that next level. So if you need someone to come out and speak and inspire you and educate you on some of the things that we're doing, the platform, hey, we're here. One of the things we talk about is finances. We actually specialize in helping people get their business credit where it needs to be. We own a company by the name of Advanced Business Consulting. So DL Experience is very talented. We're very gifted. We're around it. We can help you guys get that balance like you're looking for. But we also can help you get your credit where it needs to be and show you and educate you on how business credit and personal credit working with the relationship is between the two. We also have mentorship program. And I love, one of the things I've always tried to figure out was why I was so interested in so many different things. But the one thing I love more than anything is helping other people. So if you're looking for a mentor, a coach, someone that can help you get to the next level, I'm your next level guy. That's what we do. Like, I'm very passionate. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna push you, but I'm gonna give you the information that is needed. Cutting edge industry, behind the scene, the things that they're not gonna tell you about. We're gonna have the real talk, the real discussions, identify where you are and see how we can help you see yourself so we can help you discover the God in you to push you to the next level. So that's what we do. So, hey, if you're looking for a mentor, let me know. Go to info@drlexperience.com. And you also can hit us up at 1-888-276-7696. I'm also a best-selling author, co-best-selling author. I got a chance to write a book with one of my favorite mentors, Brian Tracy. We wrote a book by the name of Driven. It's telling the story about just how to create the passion inside of you and always stay driven. Keep on driving forward to make things happen. So if you want to purchase my book, hey, go to drlexperience.com. You can get access to my book. We appreciate all your support, and we're so excited about, just making things happen. So listen, social media, you want to follow me, go to Demetrius Early on YouTube, on Facebook. You go at DRL Experience, Instagram at DRL Experience, at Demetrius _ on Twitter, Early, YouTube, Demetrius Early, at DRL Experience, TikTok, LinkedIn is Demetrius Early. And again, the website is dreallyexperience.com. So right now, we're going to just put it out there. If you want to win some money today, hey, you're going to get a chance to win some. I want you to go into the chat and put your email in there. We're going to do a cash giveaway, and we're going to announce the winner just a little bit later, give you guys the time to put your information into the chat box. So where you from? Where you at? Send a shout out. If you're out there, you're excited, You ready to get bossed up? We're about to talk about. I'm about to bring in a young man that is a really good friend of mine, man. Awesome brother. He's doing multiple things, and he's none other than Sean. As a matter of fact, Boss. His nickname got Boss in it. Sean Boss Man Boston. Where you at, Sean?
Hey, what's up? What's up, bro? What's up, D? Earl, Lee?
Man, I'm excited to have you on, brother. I've been trying to get you on, but since we've been opening this show, and you've been so busy and traveling and doing the things you've been doing, so we finally got our schedules to where they are in line, and here we are, brother. My brother, Sean Boss Man Boston, in the building. The boss of bosses. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you something. I got excited when I actually met you. You know, the way that things I heard about you before I met you, I was expecting this guy that talked like me, that talked a lot. But you happen to be a different kind of boss. You kind of don't speak until there's something really to say. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna say too much. You ain't gonna make it sound pretty. You're gonna shoot straight from the hip. So I really appreciate it about you, brother. So you come to be a really good friend of mine, man, that I can depend on when I need somebody to give me some real advice, or somebody's gonna really tell me, hey, dear man, I don't think that's right. Or, Gary, you know what? You might be right on that one, but look at it this way. So I think it's really important that we kind of come together, man, and understand that, man, being a boss is not easy, but we need each other and we have to support each other. So I want to thank you for always being in my corner, brother, and giving me that support that I need. I hope I do the same thing for you.
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. It's an opportunity to be on this fabulous show, man. You know, hottest new trend show on YouTube, social media, all the platforms, baby.
Appreciate it, Doc. Appreciate it, Doc. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
We've been in here, man. So, man, I want to just jump right into it, boss. I know there's a lot of people that's listening right now, and you know, people think that entrepreneurship it sounds good, man. When you first have a desire to have your own business, a lot of times we don't really know what it all entails. So I kind of want to have a little dialogue about that. But first, I want you to tell us a little bit about what you do, where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your business is, and yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Man, birth name Sean Boston. Got the name Boston, man, from a client years ago when I was a young barber cutting. But been cutting hair, man, licensed 30 years. I started in 88 though, been licensed 30 years. Instructor 25, shop on the 20, school on the 12, restaurant 4, barber supply store, maybe about 5. You know, I do a little bit of everything. I'll listen to you and Mr. Robinson about how y'all started at 8. At 8 years old, I was doing construction work with my brother, concrete, wheelbarrow, cement, doing foundations and driveways, bro. You talking about some work, you know. So I've been working hard all my life. My brother pretty much the one that put me on to work hard. So, you know, I gotta tell your cats all the time, you ain't gonna outwork me. You might look better than me out of too, but when it come down to some work, you ain't gonna outwork me, man. But you know, I love what I do, bro. You know, it's not about the money, it's about the love. So I love what I do, the money gonna come, you know.
Yeah, that's super important too, man. I appreciate that intro because, like, man, you know, doing what you love is very important. But man, to be honest with you, man, sometimes I think that's overrated too. I've always told people that, you know, I had to learn to love something that made me money, because the lifestyle that I wanted to live, you know, I love to dance. Like, I can move, I can do this thing. Like I that's what I love doing. If I can do anything, you know, the old adage says, if you can do anything for free and get paid for it, that's the dream, right? But it didn't work out for me that way. Yeah. But if I could do anything for free, it'd be me. I would dance all day, every day. I love it. Yeah. But you know, reality, huh?
I think I beat you dancing though. But
man, come on, man. You better come on with it, boy. We do this thing right now, boy. But yeah, man, hey, listen, man, it's seriously though. Like, I just think that it's important that people understand that it's a formula to be successful in life. And when you have responsibility, you have family, you know, we have to make sure that we're responsible and choosing the things that we want to do in the industry we want to be in. It needs to be able to pay us a dividend, along with learning to love it. So I learned to love real estate. At first, I didn't love real estate as much as I thought I would until I started making real money with real estate. At first, it was difficult, but I had to figure out a way to bring in the income that I felt I deserved and the value I felt I can bring, and put my all into it, and it paid me. But you know, let's talk about that for a second. When you say you do what you love what you do, is that something that was from the beginning of you deciding to go into the barber world or the beauty world?
Well, like I said, I worked construction work from 8 to 18. My 9th grade year in 88, my mom kind of cut my hair 9th grade going to high school, gave me a chili bowl, put a fat boy shoestring around my head and just balled the bottom. You know, I got blew out every hour on an hour. So, you know, and I had to go to Walmart, catch the city bus and go to Walmart, give me some clippers and fade that hard line out. So I started doing that. You know, I started cutting kids in the neighborhood, and Mr. Jerry, you know, my mentor, he's deceased now, rest in peace, came by the house and told me whether I'm gonna go to school or whether I'm gonna, you know, I had to do something or he's gonna turn me in. So went to barber school in 92, fresh out of high school, went to a couple of shops before I went to Mr. Jerry, worked a couple of jobs. So when I got my license, I quit both of the jobs. I was working at Garfield and at Sterling Healthcare. And worked at Jerry's for pretty much 9 years. And Mr. Jerry had this record that everybody talked about. Kenny Davis, all the big time guys that came in there, talked about this record that Jerry had when cutting 100 heads in one day, you know. So before I left, I pretty much wanted to break that record, you know what I'm saying? So I set a goal to break Jerry's record and came short, you know what I'm saying? I cut 97 heads in one day, you know, so I missed about 3, but I went for it. You know, I cut Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then that Saturday was my big day to break Jerry's record. So if I wouldn't have cut them earlier days, I probably would have blew the record out the water. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I love what I do, bro. You know, I love competition. You know, it was fun. I still love it. I teach kids. I teach cats now how to cut hair. You know, we have graduated over at least 200 some barbers in the city of Shreveport, Bossier. You know, so I love what I do, man. I still go to the school sometime and cut kids hair for free and
That's
things
what's
like
up,
that, you know. So
that's what's up, bro. We appreciate that. Hey, I'm gonna send a shout out to Darion. Darion is a 12-year-old entrepreneur, has his own lawn service. And Pastor Avery Johnson, you out there doing it big in the barber world as well. He just sent you a big shout out, boss man. So
yeah.
Pastor Avery Johnson in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? I always support. We appreciate you, brother. Yeah, and we listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. The journey that we are able to travel as entrepreneurs, it's a true blessing. But what I want to do right here is bring back Mr. Robinson onto the line with us so we can have a discussion, a 3-way discussion about, you know, some of the burdens and the, you know, just some of the issues that we have and how we handle the issues with employees, staff. You know, nobody knows what it's like. You're a parent now. You raise children. That's one thing. But when you lead a grown person they already have their own habits. They already have the things they've learned already. When you leading people, it's a whole nother level. When you're leading adults in business to do things the way that, you know, your vision is laid out for it to happen. It's some kind of weird way. It's very difficult for some reason to get adults to be able to do the things that you need them to do without you having to always be there to stay on top of everything. So I just want to have a little discussion about some of the things that we go through. It's the blessing and the burdens of being the boss. We're going to let you start out, boss man, on this one.
Well, like I tell man, you know, I pretty much deal with about 50 students, about almost 40 barbers, and now almost up to 17 people in the restaurant. Familiarity breeds content. They get familiar with you. You're touchable, you know what I'm saying? You're always around. So that ain't nothing but boss. That ain't nothing but Sean. You know, he just saying the same old thing over and over again, not knowing the things that you went through to get to this level. You know, something that I want to say now, but I can talk about that afterwards. But if I was a different person, I'm gonna say it like this: if I was a different person, I wouldn't go through half the stuff that I go through as who the person I am right now. You know, but I love what I do. I teach everybody things that can catapult them to the level where I'm at, but at an earlier level. That they have to listen though, you know what I'm saying? You know, never take a loss. A loss is a learn, you know what I'm saying? And as you learn, you just drop the L, and what you do, you earn, you know. So then as you earn, you know, you add the L again to learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. It just keep going back and forth, you know. So if you want to stop earning, stop learning, you know. So I always learn something new, you know, if you can always elevate and earn something more, you know, so.
That's what's up, man. Say, Derek, go give it to us, brother. The burden, the blessings and the burdens of being the boss. what are some of the struggles that we experience in being the boss? We got you on mute, D. We got you on mute. We need to get you off mute. Can you hear us?
What about now?
Gotcha. Go ahead, brother.
Cool. Nah, like right now I don't have any employees, but when I did, we probably had a couple of hundred employees at one time. But I think the one of the key things that we always tried to do, we tried to lead by example, you know, and really it was a created almost like a family type of organization, you know. Everybody was really, really close knit, and we strived to make sure that everybody understood that, hey, we're families, you know. None of you guys are any better than the other guys, you know, because sometimes in your organization, some people, you know, for whatever reason, they think they're the boss. But hold on one second. They called me. Hold on.
Lead by example. I got you, brother. So listen, so boss man, tell me a little bit about how you manage. What is your managing style? I know you said you educated and you gave them a lot of familiarity with you always being present, but tell me some of the things that you do to manage a lot of the things that goes on in your business from a staff and a customer's perspective.
Yeah,
and,
well, kind of like Mr. Robinson said, you kind of lead by example. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. I know I'm a little harsh at sometimes, straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? In some situations, you know, and I guess the new generation kind of don't understand that. They feel like that you down on them or talking bad about them, or quote unquote the phrase now that I learned, playing with their top. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing with your top. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm trying to tell you something that can help you and benefit you in the long run. You just can't see it because you're younger than me. You know, you kind of know more than me because you're younger than me. But at the end of the day, my best interest is at heart is to see every young man or lady that come into my establishment to succeed. You know, even in the restaurant, you know what I'm saying? I've had people work in the restaurant, bro, probably work for other people and give them they all. Then you come to me and want me to give you more than what the next person give you. And I'm trying to find your best interest at heart to make you better all the way around, not just cooking. I want you good with your credit, with your savings, with your family. You know what I'm saying? A better car, a better knowledge of why you living. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to learn how to live instead of exist. You know, so like in the barber college, you know, we teach more than barber. We teach life. Because when you leave the school, you got to deal with life. And I told him like this morning, there's one thing that everybody have in common, from the richest man to the poorest man, and that's time. You can't beat time, you can't cheat time. Because if you think that you beating time and cheating time, in actuality, time is cheating you. You know,
I get that, man. That's powerful, brother. Thank you for that, man. I get that. I get that, you know, I'm in the area of giving people advice from a financial standpoint. And a lot of times, man, people come to me, hey, man, you know, you ask what the goal, what the dream is. And the number one, what's the first answer you think I get?
I mean, I want to be rich. I want to be a millionaire.
I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah. And $1 million ain't nothing nowadays.
But even in that, like, in order to get access to excessive amount of funds, what people really want, they really want excessive amount of funds where they don't have to worry about putting limits on their lifestyle, and they can do the things they see people that are doing, that are making moves that really they admire and aspire to be like. But there's a certain level of concentration, a certain level of commitment, and a certain level of work that you have to put into position yourself to be able to get ahead and have accessible amount of capital. So my question to the person that says, I want to be the millionaire, okay, I want to be the boss that's doing it big, and I want to be that man. What are you willing to sacrifice? Okay.
Man, most people don't want to put the work in, though, man.
That's right.
That's why 5% of the world controls 95% of the world. So,
right.
You know, it sounds good. I want to be, I remember, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't think that being a boss was going to be as hard as it was. I didn't know that it was going to be so much work. I didn't know that when everybody else goes home, that your responsibility is still to make sure that everything is taken care of for that day. Like, I don't get a chance to say what time I get off sometimes. Some days I got to hit my number, got to hit my goal, and I'm not going to stop until I get it done. I got a wife that holds me accountable for certain things. I got responsibilities that are very, very abroad. It looks easy on the surface, but behind the scene, there's a lot to manage, a lot of responsibility. I want you guys to tell me a little bit about when you realized that you was ready and you wasn't gonna do nothing different, that you had to be the boss that you are now.
Well, I don't know about Sean, but man, I was working a job, and I had just started that tax business, and we actually made some money that first season, but I was still at my FedEx job, and I don't know, I went to work one night, man, and for whatever reason, the manager, he literally gave me an ultimatum, like, Derek, you either gonna have to do this, or you gonna, do that, what you're doing over there. Man, I had a pocket full of money that night. So that was my decision. That was literally my decision to, abandon any and all fears of, that security blanket from that job. And I quit right then on the spot. And I ain't looked back since.
Well, me, I was working at Garfield and Sterling Healthcare and going to the barber school. My mind was set in barber school. Once I finished barber school, I was going to be a barber because I watched Mr. Jerry and them just have a good time in the barber shop, and just the camaraderie of just men. I grew up without a father, so just being in the shop around men made me want to just do that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about the money. It was just being and doing something that I would love to do all day, every day. So I was at Garfield, and the manager, he got mad at me for some reason. You couldn't tell me, anything. I would do it. You know what I'm saying? His wife let me clock in as a deep fry. That was the highest pay. But man, I was deep frying, clean the bathroom, bar backing, dishwashing, running food, waiting on table. So that night I was waiting on table, but I was clocked in as a deep fry. He got mad, but his wife told me to do that. So he said something to me, and I said, you know what, bro, I got to take this. I had a plate full of food. I just blah, 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 all over the floor. Man, F y'all, bro.
Decision made.
Decision made. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, started cutting hair. And once I made my bills in 1 week cutting hair, the rest history. That's just
so basically the numbers pretty much help us make a decision on what we should
I think a lot of times, man, sometimes you just get fed up,
Oh yeah. You had to be nothing. I need everything, and some, so, man.
So we're going to take an opportunity right now and give the audience that's listening right now an opportunity to ask some questions. So if you out there right now, you want to talk about ways to manage, or you have any questions for us about being the boss, managing staff, the blessings, the burdens, how to evolve, okay? Because, I know one thing that I can tell you, that the one thing I've mastered in my tenure of being in business is getting up stronger than when I fail. Like, if you just keep on getting up and you keep on working and you stay focused, and sometimes you got to put your head down, when it gets to close to that tax time, we're trying to pay them taxes, the businessman gets a little bit more serious. So it's the end of year. We're serious about getting this year finished properly. If you're out there right now, you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to figure out how to finish strong, and so you can position yourself to where you can do greater than what you did the year before. Hey, man, send us some questions out right now. We're on the panel right now. That's open for discussion. So if you're out there, put in the chat. Do you have any questions out there right now about how we can boss up and become a better boss, a better version of ourselves to evolve? Hey, what's going on, Pastor Dominic? He said, boss man, can you talk about the discipline it takes being a barber and managing your money?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, you must was in my morning meeting this morning. Two things, bro. The first thing, Mr. Jerry told me my first day in barber, as a barber, I cut I was there from 5 o'clock Saturday morning to almost 1 o'clock Sunday morning, that whole day. He said, young man, consistency is the key to this business. Consistency, that's number one. The second one, I ran across this old customer I had. I can't think of his name, but he was 70 years old, little short, light-skinned guy. He was from New Orleans. He said, young man, I've been watching you coming here. I mean, cut all the time when I come in here. He said, man, if you save $1 a head, you'll be good. So consistency, number one, and you have to save something. So I'll let you do the math because you're a barber. $1 a head, I was cutting about 150 heads a week for about a good 27-year run. You do the math yourself. So save something. Save something, bro. You got to save something because time will always come. Consistency saves some money and time.
Absolutely. So, hey, man, listen, we're having a discussion about ways we can evolve as bosses. What does boss really mean? Like, you know, everybody has a definition in their own minds by the way they do things because we all were made different. But boss, for me, it means someone that's willing to serve. A lot of times people go into being in business for themselves for different reasons. But if you're not there to really serve and make your community better by whatever value you bring to the table, being the highest and truest expression of what you can bring to the table, then you're missing the real foundation of what a boss really is, right? We're supposed to be serving and making sure that as we lead, that we're serving. So if you're out there right now and you're trying to figure out, man, why my business not working the way I want it to, maybe I'm in the, you know what? Sometimes you're in the wrong business. Sometimes we're not man enough or woman enough to say, hey, you know what? This ain't working for me, right? I gave it a shot and I got into this because I was trying to prove a point to people who were saying I couldn't do it. So I got into this from a hater standpoint. I'm trying to prove the haters wrong. And now it's not working for me. Now I done got so far deep into this thing that instead of me just saying, you know what, it ain't working, I got to prove these people. So now your whole foundation is built on proving something wrong with somebody else. And that's not what it's about.
I think that's kind of part of the problem, man. A lot of people, you know, they gonna go out and do any and everything for the money, but you kind of got to have, you really need to have a love for whatever you're gonna do, a love for the business, and also a love for the people. Absolutely. And the money, you know, the money will come.
Absolutely.
You know.
Pastor Avery Johnson says, what has been your biggest burden as bosses? How did you overcome? We'll go ahead and let you start with that, Derek.
I mean, I guess the biggest burden, is just typical business. So, you know, I guess my business is a little different from Sean's because, you know, barber, they always looking for those guys. But I think in most businesses, you know, figuring out your marketing strategies and whatnot, probably, in my opinion, would be the biggest issue, you know.
What you got, Sean?
But the biggest burden as a barber is being there. You know, that's pretty much it. So,
oh man,
if you're not being there, you ain't making no money, right? You know, you have to be at the barbershop to make money unless you become a traveling barber. You know what I'm saying? Then being a boss of the magnitude of the barber game that I am, it's just letting people, well, I guess my biggest burden now is that I want to see everybody make it. And in real life, everybody not gonna make it. But they all have the opportunity to make it. But that's one of my biggest burden now. I got a big heart. You know, it take a lot for you to either get me mad or get me to that level, just giving up. But bro, I want to see everybody make it. And it's hard for me to sometimes see people come in and just don't even want it or have all these, I say, quote unquote, excuses of why they not here, why they not doing this, why, bro. A bunch of excuses, man. You know, excuses are good for the
one.
Y'all
put that question back on the board again, please, so we can see it to make sure we're answering the full question. So, what has been your biggest burden as a boss? How did you overcome that? Tell us how you overcame that, boss.
How I overcome being there is just, you know, time. Time always gonna overcome a burden because once I build my clientele, you can pretty much cater to what you need to do now. Because your clientele is coming for you. And as of now, I just can't, I just face the fact that everybody just not going to want to be a great person. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that, guys. I'm going to chime in on this one, though, because this is a good one. It's a good question. Thanks for that question. The burdens of being a boss for me has always been people. I mean, just me being the person that overcompensates and forcing people to give in too much too soon to people who wasn't ready for it because I was in a rush to get to the next level and I need to bring people with me. And I had the formula, I had the organizational chart all written out. This is supposed to work exactly how the chart says it's supposed to work. You got the vice president, you got your executive director, you got the salespeople, you got all these people in place, but yet my money is still going in the end. It's going in the negative. Okay, I gotta figure this out. So what I would do, I would give instructions to people, then I would do the work. I would pay them, and I would do the work for them instead of trusting them to do their part. And so from that perspective, it really caused me to create an organization where all the workload was on me, and it just was a backwards concept. So what I had to do, the first thing I had to do was take the clock off the wall. Okay, the clock off the wall principle is that I had to learn how to work without thinking about the time to fix this. But then I had to find time to research and learn to redirect and correct my thought process, because when you're the leader and you're the boss, you come to realize that it's not everybody else's fault. It's not everybody else's that's wrong. It's your mismanagement. It all comes back to you as the boss. It all falls back on you. You are the head. So when I learned to take full responsibility for my own business, that everything that happens in my business comes back on me and is my fault, then I was able to change and correct those things. So that's how I had to change. That's how I overcame that burden that I created for myself, was first realizing that I was the problem. It wasn't the staff. And I learned that me trying to overcompensate by giving them too much was me not trusting them. So those are some of the things that I had to experience. Pastor Avery Jones said the burden of the people. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. So I think we had another question that came up, guys. Where's the other question at? We're almost there. Okay, Pastor Avery Jones said being present equals consistency. Absolutely, Pastor. We appreciate that, man. So hey, guys, I think we're getting somewhere. I mean, boss man, you kind of brought some good nuggets in, man, on how consistency is so important. And I think that we all can say this and we all share this in common, that being consistent is everything. The greats, the ones who compete against themselves, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, those guys were consistent in doing the same thing over and over again, doing those small things over and over again, and they end up becoming the greatest at what they did. What are some of the things that you do? Give us some pointers, Derek. What are some of the things you do every day right that allows you to be successful over time?
I don't know, man. I think I just, like Sean was saying, man, I outwork everybody. You know, I'm always going to be up early, in bed late. You know,
what is early? What is early, D? What's early?
Man, my day probably starts at 2 a.m. on a regular.
I thought I was going to shine on this. I see right now. Hey, you just messed up.
I'm working around the world, literally. So, you know, even within this industry, I might not necessarily be the biggest, but I'm probably the most connected.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Real
what about you, boss?
Oh yeah, I see his Instagram. He measuring or what's his name? What's the big guy named the bald head, the rapper? He's a singer.
Oh, the CeeLo guy.
CeeLo, yeah. I see you measuring him. So yeah, you in there, man. I sent you something in your message too, so just check it out later.
Right.
But with me, you know me, D early, baby. I'm 4:30.
I'm 4:30. Hey, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm 4:30.
I'm going to bed at 12 in the morning. I'm rolling out the bed. I pray. I study. I'm at the gym.
And let me just say it out loud for all of y'all that's listening. 4:30 is hard.
Man, it's easy.
4:30 ain't 5. That 30 minutes is so big. I'm like, wait a minute, get up at 5 is so easy. But when I start going to that 4:30,
yeah.
Y'all pray for me. I need help.
Oh yeah. And then we got.
I've been doing good with it.
And then we got 76 days until the big day. Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah, so he early turned 50 in February. What he talking about? I turned 50 in February. We going for the 6-pack. So me and him hold each other accountable while I work out and I died right now, man. So y'all, I'm in there. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. Get my pH levels up. I'm making sure I get in shape. I think my wife kind of like it a little bit too. She ain't said nothing about me getting too small lately. I know my head looking a little bigger, baby, but I'm working on this doggone thing and getting tight. So we're gonna look good in February.
Oh man, D, make sure I get that invitation, man.
Man, don't say that, man, because we'll do it soon as we get off this phone, boy. We're going on the cruise. I'll hit you up in a minute when we get off this feed, boy. I tell you, man, we're gonna have some fun. I got you. So guys, thank y'all so much, man. Hey, listen, we're gonna do a little quick drum roll and we're gonna identify who won the the cash giveaway. Boom, 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 boom. DL Experience in the building. Who won the cash giveaway today? What email? I know if you put your email up in there, somebody gonna win this cash giveaway. Who are you today? And don't forget to comment, like, share, tag. Comment, like, share, tag. Let people know that we bossing up on the DL Experience show. So somebody gonna win this money today. Oh, Pastor Avery, bro, you've been coming a lot. Hey, we glad. Hey, man, Pastor Avery, Faded Glory, 2015@gmail.com. It's the winner of the cash. I don't think it's your first time winning either, Pastor. We gotta watch you, man. You've been winning lately, man. Hey, thank you so much, man, for tuning in and commenting. Listen, we about to get ready to get up out of here. Anybody have any comments they want to share before getting up out of here tonight? Any comments? Any last comments? Gentlemen, y'all want to say something before y'all go?
Hey man, I just want to let everybody know that it's not easy being a boss, but if you truly want to do it, you're gonna have to work at it and be consistent. That's ultimately the real key to it, consistency.
Thank you for that, brother. What about you, Sean?
That's true, man. Hey, like I said, my nickname is Boss Man. I put the 1S because sometimes I don't need no help. Every now and then, though, you need some help, but overall, baby, shoot, tell them all the time, baby. You see me fighting the battle, pour honey on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna handle my business, baby.
Listen, these are my guys. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something that we hadn't talked about yet, but I'm gonna say this before we get up out of here. It's very important that we surround ourselves around the right people.
That's right.
Eagles and chickens don't fly together, and there's a reason for that. And if you're gonna strive to be an eagle and fly above the storm, then guess what? It doesn't mean the storm not gonna hit you every once in a while. It's just how you respond to it. Life is 10% what happens to me, and 90% how I respond to it. So choose the proper response. And guess what? You heard it here first on DL Experience. Hey, hard work is the key to a successful business. And you want to be a real boss, you got to serve, baby. If you're not into serving and really making things better for your people, not just serving the community, but you also got to serve the people that labor with you and labor for you. So being a boss means caring, it means sharing, it means loving, it means teaching. It's almost like creating a family within a family, because I know that we all can share this light. In our culture, like, we real big on really, nobody talks about this, but we have huge hearts. we want people to win. We really do, for those of us that really believe. And man, I want to thank you guys, man, for coming on board, man, and sharing this moment with me. I don't take it for granted. Hey, Derek, I wish you much more success.
Man, appreciate you, Dick.
Man. I can't wait to get some more suits from you, brother. You got me looking pretty good over here. And Sean, Boston, hey, man, the sky's the limit, man. Hey, I appreciate what you do in our community. Appreciate what you've been doing in the barber world. I like all the things you're doing, brother. And hey, man, I know you're going to do greater things in the near future. Thank you for holding me accountable. And let's get this six-pack, baby. Let's get this six-pack. So, hey, if you out there right now, hey, listen. Go ahead. Comment, like, share, tag. Comment, like, share, tag. Hey, this is yours truly, Demetrius Early from the DL Experience. And, man, we're going to thank you guys for tuning in. And happy Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving to all you beautiful people out there. We won't be on next Thursday night because it's a holiday. It's going to be Thanksgiving. Enjoy your families. Love the people that's in your path. Hey, man, and be thankful and be grateful for everything. The key to being successful also is being grateful, man. Take time out, meditate on what the things you should be blessed and that you should be grateful for, and thank God for them. And, man, I know you guys going to soar, and the sky's the limit. You're going wherever you want to go. Just put your mind to it. You can get there. Hey, this is yours truly again. This is a DL Experience. We're going to sign out. Thank y'all so much. Katrina, I love you. Y'all have a great one. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Peace.
Likewise, man.